Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Gaijin has announced the D-Day event, which is going to be coming in on the 5th of June for 2025. It is of course for the T86 GMC, the one that we saw in the files on the dev server, and once it's available to preview, I'll make sure to make a video on it just to show you all of the bells and whistles. But basically what this vehicle is the prototype Hellcat, so it has access to the 76mm, it also has the 50 cal and the general just like Hellcat stuff on it, and then also it technically should have a vertical stat, but we'll see how that goes. The Americans, after basically using it as a prototype and it succeeding, then turning into the M18 Hellcat, decided to take that prototype and then add a shell to it to make it amphibious, so therefore it could be part of their amphibious fire support vehicle setup. As the invasion of Normandy was kind of coming closer, one of the things that, of course, they wanted to do was to make sure that the troops, which were going to land on the beaches, would have support not just from the ships, but also from the air and from the ground too. So they tried many different types of ways to be able to clear the trenches or clear the bunkers, and it seemed like amphibious tanks were one of the ways forward. This is where stuff like the DD Sherman comes from, and also stuff like this T86, which turned up. It never actually got into service, this one, but it was a prototype, it was functional, there was just better ideas around the place. Unfortunately, this one was only a test. So with this being an event, there is also a bunch of other stuff that is available during it. This event will run from the 5th of June until the 17th of June, which is pretty crazy. It also has 6 stages, once again, and no loading screen, which completely sucks because the actual picture that they use for the article is beautiful, and it would be lovely if it was a loading screen. But since this is going to be a mid-tier premium vehicle, it's going to be a premium light tank for the US at rank 3, it's not going to be as hard to grind out as some other of the events that are around. So basically, the stages will go every 2 days as usual, with 6 stages overall, and in order to complete the stages, you need to get 35,000 mission points every single time. So the actual grind for this one is very similar to the ones that we've had recently, the Meteor FR9, and then also even the Marut, which both, I believe, were 35k a stage. This one you have to complete in ground battles, though. So you have to do it in either ground arcade, realistic, or even simulator. The rank 3 idea is also back again, so you have to use rank 3 vehicles or above to be able to get the mission points. You can use rank 1 and 2 event vehicles, but you'll have worse multipliers, so it'll take you longer to do, unless you're just, really good with those vehicles, which generally turns up. Then you have the upgrade for the coupon. The upgrade for the coupon is 500,000 mission points, so basically double what the actual general grind is. So if you want to sell the vehicle, or if you want to exchange the coupon for war bonds, then that's how much it will take you to do so. So 500k over 12 days seems like a pretty steep kind of task, especially during the summer where the weather is beautiful, but who knows, we'll see what kind of goes on here. Then also at the same time, there are a few other rewards that are going along with this event. First of all, you have the trophies with the random rewards. This is like the Day of Premium account, or the SL, or the RP boosters, stuff like that, a random camouflage, the same thing that you see in the pages of history, but you also have some really, really cool decals, and I really hope that they actually make this a set, because they're only giving out 2 of them, but of course there were 5 beaches. So the 2 decals that are available, you have Gold Beach, and then also you have Utah Beach, and I just really like the design of these ones. I don't know what it is about them, but they look absolutely beautiful. And for me, I really like the fact that they're doing an homage to the British on the Gold Beach, and then on Utah Beach, of course, you have the American stuff with the B-17s, the Hellcats, the Shermans. They look very, very cool, and I really hope we also get Juno, I hope we get Sword, and I hope we also get Omaha. Maybe next year we can get 2 more, and then they can just continue with the collection. There is also another prize that is available for the 5th stage, which is the Johnson machine gun decoration. So we're getting another machine gun decoration in. Nice to see an American machine gun as well, so you can pick that up. And also on top of it, for the 6th stage, you get the non-tradable coupon for the T86 itself. So that's pretty much how the event is going to go. They're also bringing back the discounts on purchasing stages using Golden Eagles, so that's also the same, 30,000 mission points. Then the price of the purchasing of the stage will actually be halved, and then if you get 95% or 33,500 mission points, it'll only be 139 Golden Eagles, which is basically 5 times decreased. So yeah, basically they're bringing back the discount for using Golden Eagles, which is quite nice, and also this will be available on the market for the PC guys if you don't have the time to grind it. But generally I'd say this is going to be a event which is worth grinding. Going from the 5th to the 17th, I think it's probably going to come out just before the update comes out, so also during the battle pass, and hopefully there'll be some battle pass missions that kind of line up with it, unlike the last event, which really didn't line up with it very well. And it looks like, yeah, you can actually set up some of it with it, so that's kind of nice to see. It might make it a little bit easier instead of, as I said, the Marut event, the events just didn't line up with anything else, so it was a little bit tougher to do, and also with the dev server going on. But this T86 should be smooth sailing kind of going forward and just kind of banging stuff. What we'll do over the next few days is we'll try and get a look at the T86 when it's actually fully added to the game instead of just sat in the files. And then also what I'll do is kind of talk about how I'm going to approach the event and have a look at all the dev server stuff too. It's really cool to see this vehicle. I'm a huge fan of the Hellcat. The M18 is really fun. The Black Cat is also really fun. I just enjoy that type of platform. It's usually very good at scouting. It's got a punchy gun, which, as long as they give it the nice round that the Americans get access to with the 76, will have a great time. And also, if they give it the stabilizer, which, you know, maybe they will, maybe they won't, we'll have to see, that will obviously give it a leg up compared to the standard Hellcat. And then you're basically just a heavier Hellcat with a slightly better gun. Now, since it's a light tank, they'll give it scouting, which will be really nice, and the 50 cal will also help you against some CAS elements. This thing will probably get overpressured pretty easily, though, so you'll still get bombed, you'll still get rocketed, and you'll still explode, but at the same time, at least, you still should have some of that mobility from the Hellcat, even with the additional weight, to get away from stuff like that. America around the BR60 is really fun. You have the Shermans, you have the Hellcats, and then at 6.7 you have all the crazy heavies and light tanks, which are also really, really fun. So, as always, it's one of those to definitely grind out and have a good time with over the D-Day period. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Warthunder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.